Alright, so here today we do got some pretty fun stuff. I thought that I'd talk about this, go into this, and tell you the best characters to chase, go for, and acquire from the newest guaranteed 6/6 event. Basically, it's almost a 6/6. You just have to have one copy, I think, then you're 6/6. So, very cool stuff here. We're going to talk about it. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. It helps out a ton. A lot to go through here. Buckle in, and let's hop over there. So, the newest event popped up in the part 2 of the part 2 of the summer celebration is going to be, again, the SSR rate up draw. You can go to the SSR draw and actually rate up one character 5 freaking times, or 5 different characters one time. Basically, you get 5 SSRs on rate up. That is anybody on this list over here. We have a lot of characters in this list, and a lot of characters that aren't that bad, that definitely might want to be 6/6 and might want to at least achieve 6/6, maybe obtain one copy of each character. This event will help you a crap ton, and I highly recommend you take advantage of it and do it properly. I get it, a lot of players are trying to take a break right now from the game, as both updates may not be your cup of tea, but I would recommend, at least for this event here, just log in, slot in the characters, and then again, use your tickets if you've been saving them. Hopefully you have, and again, you know, if you haven't, yikes. Don't know what I can do for you, because again, you have to go into SSR coin it, or get from login for like, what, 2 weeks, that's it. So there is that. But again, a lot of characters here. We're going to go through who are the better ones, and again, talk about that. We're going to go down the list here and make it quick, and just, you know, go over my picks and what I'm going to do, and then again, what you may want to do. So first things first, there's 2 methods of doing this. There's 6/6ing and there's acquiring. Acquiring a character might be good for the passive, might be good for at least content associated, and anything of the sort. If you don't have most of the characters on here, consider just acquiring. Don't consider 6/6ing, consider acquiring. Because again, if you acquire the character in the future on other banners, you can focus on 6/6ing, and again, you know, that's like a big difference, right? You know, at least obtain the character, later on dupe it, or 6/6 the character and then accidentally dupe it later on for no reason. It's a waste of a dupe. So again, do what you will, do it that method, whichever method. Just make sure if you don't have them, acquire most of them. Then 6/6 later on with other events and banners, right? First things first. No. Most of these characters you can pull, most of these characters aren't even worth it. I'll be very honest with you, we're going to go for much more higher tier characters and characters that I would fully recommend. These characters, I would say, are just too mediocre and just, they're old. That's what it is. Time has progressed. These characters are old. Who cares about them? You'll pull them later on in life. You don't need these trash. These all are literal trash here. And again, half of these characters are just on rate-up events, where again, there's that. The only character here that can really be considered anything are the LR variants. Just remember that. If you want to go in 6/6 your LR character, you can consider doing so. I would never recommend it because these characters are fodder. They're put on multiple banners. You're going to get them in the future, and you have multiple chances for them. There's no point in 6/6ing them. The amount of times Green Escanor has been on a banner is way too many. I have 96 copies of him. It's insanity how many times this guy gets a banner. So I would never recommend it. That's still my take. Again, continuing onwards here, yes, an old character, you used to be able to 6/6 him and care for him. Not really anymore. If you would like to, again, for the LR variants, you could consider doing so. It is fully up to you, but again, there's many chances to 6/6 these characters, so it's fully up to you. All right. With that being said, again, progress onwards. I would say that we start getting into like the good stuff around down here. If you haven't 6/6'd your Ludo, an older Grace, much less used, but if you would like to, that is an option. Gerhard is a hard character to obtain. A lot of players that I know don't actually have her 6/6 yet, just because she rarely appears on any banner. She's never there for some reason. She's just forgotten. So if you want to, you could 6/6 Gerhard. You know, she is a character that works and functions, and I'm cool with it. Just because, again, a lot of players, like most of the players, don't have her 6/6 because, again, she never appears. She's never been for free. She never appears. I don't know why. They just hate Gerhard. So just so you know, that does exist if you would like to. Blue Sarmiel, Red Sariel. Again, if you're a newer player, you don't have them 6/6, you can consider it, but they're also constantly thrown on banners. They're going to continuously be thrown on banners. If you would like to, they're the most used characters per se. Obviously not this one, it's more so the red one, Red Sarmiel. And again, it's not the green Sariel, it's the red Sariel. Both are the most used. So again, Red Sarmiel, Red Sariel. If you want to 6/6 these characters for, again, whatever content associated, you can. It's not a bad option. It's a pretty good freaking option. Yes, they consistently rerun it. They're constantly on every banner possible to make it some sort of lucrative offer. But if you would like to, do it. They're also, let me just make this clear, they're for free every year. Every year they get a free copy because of whatever reason, new character, whatever. They're for free every year. We've had every free banner basically since the end of time exist, giving you free Sariel and Tarmiel, but it's up to you. No, I wouldn't say so. Again, if you don't have this, get it, but we've had this for free many times also. Again, for free, literally for everyone. Again, Inashi. Inashi's a really good character, right? Yes, time has progressed. A lot of other unknown supports exist, but Inashi stays on top, okay? If you want a 6/6 Inashi, not a bad idea. Pretty freaking good idea, honestly. If you would like to consider it, you don't have a 6/6 Inashi, get your Nanashi 6/6. If you run unknown teams, that's the main use for him. Or again, maybe some demon teams here if you don't have a bench unit. He always works. He gives defense. He gives unknown related stats. And again, that's basically what he does. Very good character, very powerful character. Mainly a 6/6 for the reason of, again, he exists on bench. He boosts your overall CC. That's the whole point of him. So if you don't have a 6/6 Nanashi, try to get yourself a 6/6 Nanashi. As time has progressed, this Chandler isn't like as much used. But if you run demon team with this Chandler, if you want to consider 6/6, you can. Again, more so these units have fallen off. If you don't have the 6/6 Grace, you might want to. It's not really a great Grace. It applies a debuff. Most people cleanse that debuff off. It's for unknown teams, farming teams, and such, where you want to apply a quick debuff for, again, Merlin to do better or something like that. Mainly, it's an unknown team use case, but outside of that, not much. The main focus, I would say, is definitely Tarmiel. If anybody here doesn't have a 6/6 Tarmiel, get a 6/6 Tarmiel. Go get it right now. Get yourself a 6/6 Tarmiel. Again, the association, the Grace, and everything is outstanding. I don't even know if I have the 6/6 on this account. On Global, I think I finally 6/6'd him. On JP, I don't know if I did, but I think I did. It's been so long, I think I've definitely done it by now. But yes, if you don't have a 6/6 Tarmiel, you gotta get it. You don't have Tarmiel at all, get Tarmiel. Duplicate as much as you can this character. Get all the dupes possible, max them out, whatever you want to say. Get it done. This character's the one to do it for. Beyond that, this is the character to do it for. 10 out of 10, works for Demon Race perfectly. He's a bench unit. 10 out of 10, wonderful, works very well. Very new unit, hardly reruns, very, very, rare to see him in game. So when he is here, take advantage of it, right? Get him 6/6. Most players I know are getting him 6/6 because he's pretty good. I would then say that this is not a bad option. She's actually unironically pretty freaking good. And if you don't have her, 6/6 her. This is your chance to do it. Again, the more characters that you look at on the bottom here, is these are like the more ones that end up not rerunning, right? More in that region of it. This doesn't rerun often. This doesn't rerun often. This does, but still, it's harder to obtain. Again, if you don't have a 6/6, I think this is Christmas Latte, go for your 6/6 Christmas Latte, or just pull one copy of a latte at least. In my case, what I'm going to do is 6/6 this over here, and that's basically it. That's my plan right now, and then just get dupes for this, because again, these two rarely reappear. This is a horrible character. He's been given away a few times on like multiple banners. If you want him, pick him at least. Again, these characters are harder to obtain, so consider anything. There are newer characters. Again, if you would like to obtain them, go for it. If there's any character you don't have here, you want to just obtain it, just obtain it. Just do it that way. Again, people are 6/6ing this just because they just never see her. They never see her appear. So while she's here, go for it. It's up to you again. A lot of these characters, I would say, are more fallen off, but if you want to obtain them to LR them, do it. If you want to 6/6 an LR, do it. If you want to go for a newer character, I would say, again, this is a pretty good pick. This is a very good pick. This is probably the best pick possible, just to make sure this is 6/6. Again, Demon Race, association used on everything, still lesser good because it appears and it's not really that good, but it's still an association that works for everything. Unknown Race, this is the best bench unit possible. If this is not for free, you don't have this. It's a good PvE unit, not used as much, but if you would like to, 6/6 association for everything. Lesser used association, but still 6/6 is pretty good. Much lesser used association, but still 6/6 is fine, I guess. But outside of that, obtain what you want. Again, do it that way. That's mainly the guide here. The better characters to aim to are the ones that are lesser appeared or lesser put on banners, because they just, for some reason, the devs don't want to put them there, right? They want them to have value, retain that value, and that's the whole point. So decide what you want. Again, it's going to rate up everything here. It rates it up to a 15%. It basically almost guarantees the character if you have enough tickets. And again, that's how it's going to work. Again, 5 options, 5 chances. That's how it's going to operate. Very good system, in my opinion. If you want to obtain 5 different SSRs, do it that way. You want to rate up a character and 6/6 them, do it that way. It's up to you. Obtain multiples, my opinion. If you don't have them, just obtain them, so you at least, again, later on can dupe them, but it's up to you. All right, with that being said, wrap up the video there. Take care, have fun. That's all I got. Yeah, peace out.